Everyone, so today we are going to make a video. So for today's video, we will going to tackle about the key concept of managing and implementing standard-based grammar teaching. So the first one we have the grammaring. So when we say grammaring, it is the process by which learners acquires the ability to use grammar structures accurately, meaningfully, and appropriately. So, grammaring is also used to refer to the process by which language learners use grammar to create messages. So, they create messages through grammaticalizing or adding grammar to a sequence of words to create finer distinctions. So, this key terms emphasizes grammar as a dynamic process rather than a system of rules. So, the grammaring, it was first put forward by Larsen Freeman in 1992. So, the next one is the grammaticalizing. So, the grammaticalizing, it has been defined the change whereby lexical items and constructions come in certain linguistic contexts to serve grammatical function. So, grammaticalizing is also understood as a process by which grammar is created. So, the grammaticalizing or grammaticalization, it was probably first coined by the French linguist Millet. So, according to him, the aim of studying grammaticalization is to investigate the transition of autonomous words into the rule of grammatical elements. So, one of the example of grammaticalizing is the word do not in the phrase do not go. So, it is reduced. Instead of do not go, it reduced into don't go. So, that is one of the example of grammaticalizing. So, the other one is the error correction versus feedback. So, when we say error correction, it is all about making the mistakes correction. It is done by the teachers, and it is followed by the feedback. So the feedback, it is all about giving awareness to the learners about their errors and performances, and it should be given, and feedback should be given after the learner's performance. Then the next one is the spoken versus written grammar. So, spoken grammar is the grammar that we use every day in interaction. So, spoken grammar, it is flexible in its word order, and it is much less strict than the written grammar. So, spoken grammar often includes contractions which are not appropriate in the written grammar. So, the spoken grammar, it is more dynamic and immediate than the written one. So, when we say also written grammar, it is more planned and precise than the spoken grammar. So, both spoken and written grammar has a differences, but they are the same in terms of all belongings to the use of grammar generally rather than a particular system. Next one, we have the grammatical assessment. So, assessment, it is used to evaluate learners' development or learners' progress in learning. So, when we say grammatical assessment, it is used to evaluate learners' grammatical ability. So the grammatical assessment, it is the basis for a teacher to determine his or her students' progress. So the purpose of this assessment is to assess learners' grammatical knowledge. So in terms of grammatical assessment, it has two types of assessment. The first one is the subjectively scored, and the other one is the objectively scored. So the last one, we have the pedagogical issues. So when we say pedagogical issues, it is anything that is related to teaching, where it concerns on how the teacher plans his or her lesson, or on how the teacher designed a learning materials to suit the students' needs. To cope with these issues, the teacher should listen to his or her co-teachers and even to the students' concerns. So it is also important that the teacher and students will work or will produce a learning together. And that's all for today's video. Thank you.